All right, it's about 2 a.m. on a Friday night, technically Saturday morning, and I'm being joined by my buddies Chris and my buddy Tim from the Brian and Tim Show. And so we're doing a very random review. Up first, Ruffles Max. Now these say they got maximum taste. They're beer battered, onion ring flavored. Two other notes. One, the freshness date is April 23rd. We're off that mark by a decent amount. So I just want to preface it by saying they might be a little stout, guys. Secondly, when I saw these at the Circle K and I purchased them, I did so on their false pretense. I saw the picture of the beer battered onion rings. It looked good to me, and I imagined them to be spherical, like onion rings, like a Funyun or something.
Yeah.
But then I realized, well, I bought Ruffles, so they're probably just Ruffle-rich chips with a flavoring on them. So that was something, in the heat of the moment, I didn't really put that together. So, but yeah, we're gonna try these, and then Chris will, he's got something that we'll try after that.
Moment of truth, Ruffles. We'll see if you engage in false advertising. What do you do?
This is actually a special experience for me because I've never had onion rings, to be completely honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
they
very
are-
revelatory. That's
Well, they are not spherical in
Yeah.
shape. Well, it definitely brings a max with the smell. They're greasy like onion rings. I'm gonna say, yeah, those are pretty darn close to onion rings.
Never had onion rings, but this is definitely what I imagine onion rings will taste like.
it's weird. Like my very first reaction was very negative, but as I actually worked through it and kind of got the chip broke apart and kind of opened up the flavor, my first thought was like, this is like I'm eating like some old leather, like a horse saddle or something. It was dry. It was sort of musty. As I actually started chewing up the chip, it kind of unlocked those flavors, and I could taste, like you said, kind of that greasy, sits heavy in the stomach, deep fried, of course, onion ring. No, they're supposed to be beer battered onion rings. I don't know. You're a beer drinker.
I'm not detecting, well, maybe. Because I'll say, actually, the more I think about it, the less it tastes like an onion ring, so much as it tastes like the belches that you have after you've eaten the onion rings and you drank some beer, and now you're belching it and you're enjoying it again. That's more comparable to the flavor that I'm getting at this moment.
That is like strangely accurate.
Yeah.
It's almost giving me
So we're
shivers.
eating beer belches.
I mean, it does
Onion
have that.
ring
It does
beer
have.
belches.
I wonder if when I belch, it'll take like a real onion ring.
I mean, it really does almost have this sort of. Is that how you initiate belches? On the planet
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
I mean, I really do feel like I'm at a pub, and there's like a couple onion rings left in the appetizer platter. His face is turning the shade
going.
of. But no, it tastes like greasy pub food, and I guess that's what they're going for here.
Definitely tastes greasy.
Yeah.
I will say that.
So I don't know if these were fresh. I may eat a few more, but as it is, I think these would probably go in the compact.
No, not really. All right, what do you got for us?
All right, so we have Mallo Cup, and Brian actually pointed these out to me when we were picking up wine tonight at Kroger.
We were.
And it says milk chocolate whipped cream center,
Have either of you guys had the Mallo Cup?
Negative.
which I would have definitely guessed it would have been marshmallow.
I mean, I always kind of considered it marshmallow. What do they call it?
They call it whipped cream.
A whipped cream center.
I guess
It's marshmallow.
marshmallow.
That's I think that's fine print. These are really good. We ate them a lot in like the late 80s, early 90s as kids. They were one of my brother's real favorites. Yeah, that and like the Chunky Bar were his two favorite things. And so Mallo Cups are good. They're very light. I actually prefer them to the Reese cup.
Really.
They're very
'Cause
light.
It's very hard
Now,
to beat the Reese cup.
There's something I don't think that you mentioned it there on the text. There's almost like you'll notice it. Actually, I don't want to spoil it. Let's just take a bite.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm a virgin to these.
Hey man, we're really wearing you out tonight. Onion rings, check that one off the list, and now we're taking your Mallo Cup virginity.
All right.
It's too bad I'll have the Magnums at home. No, let's.
Oh man.
These are really good though, and so let's take a bite and then let's reassess here. I'm most interested in what these guys got to say. I know that I like them, and
I was giving it to the cameraman. But...
He's like, I don't. Go
All right. Okay. All right. So.
I definitely see where. Oh, I'll wait till you take a bite.
All right. Okay. So at first glance, obviously, looks like a Reese cup. maybe with a few little bulges on the top.
I want to talk about this.
Well,
There's 3, in my understanding. No, go ahead.
Okay.
This to me says marshmallow. The texture says marshmallow.
The name says marshmallow, but the package said whipped.
Okay.
Chris, you seem like you're kind of grappling over there.
I am. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
There's a crunch to it.
There's a crunch. There's a crunch. Kind of reminds me of the Crunch Bar, just a little bit.
Can I borrow the package for a second?
You have to give it right back.
Now I'm really curious about something.
Flavor-wise, it reminds me a lot, actually, of the peppermint patty.
Yep. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so there's 3. I've always looked at Mallo Cups as 3 ingredients. There's the chocolate, there's the marshmallow, and then there's coconut.
Coconut.
And, you know, there's little bits that you mentioned, there's little bumps.
Yeah.
That's coconut. And I've always thought that, but for a split second there, I thought, have I been wrong for like 2 decades? And I just looked at the package, there is coconut shavings. It's small.
I'm not going to lie, I can't taste the coconut.
It's not really a flavor component,
it's more
it's
like
a texture component.
Yeah.
It gives it there's a few sprinkled within the chocolate. So if you don't like coconut, it's not, you know. That's why I didn't say anything ahead of time, because I didn't want to kind of get you guys thinking about that.
Yeah.
Okay. These are as good as ever to me. I mean, I really think these are great. But what do you guys think?
Trying one for the first time, it's like a marshmallowy taste with kind of a, not necessarily like a marshmallowy like texture. It's more
it's light.
It's light.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess that's where the whole like whipped cream type thing would come into play. So it's kind of like a whipped marshmallow. Yeah, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Encased in chocolate, I'm gonna have to say that being a virgin to it, it's I like it. It's good. I definitely approve.
What he said.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. It was a little bit of an edible adventure, and thanks to everybody for watching and supporting. Like us on Facebook, thumbs up, all that weird stuff, whatever people do on YouTube, and but most of all, check out reviewtheworld.com, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Ah!